most likely. You know, from what we're guessing.
Yeah.
Can his control decks do it? Get out of here, okay? I know you love White Wolf, okay? Can we just go in the game? I don't want to talk about White Wolf anymore. I really don't.
Oh boy.
We see it enough in rotation now, honestly. It's got a lot better than I think it ever has been, and but I don't think Unlimited is the place for it.
Yeah. And that's kind of what Envy was talking about when she was talking about Dragoncraft, right? Well, ramping to 10 is actually not as important when people are threatening turn 6, turn 7, kind of lethal damage.
That's right. Like, yeah, great, you have 10 play points. You can play your Bahamut, you can play your Zeus. Turns out I can just actually turn around and get you.
For a similar reason, White Wolf is not popular because, well, when are you ever going to get to that? Do you even need it? You don't need it, right?
Yeah, absolutely don't need it. And the funny thing, because Dance of Death is back, even if you have like an early Zeus, it's not as impactful as it would be in rotation because they can just take it off while continuing to deal their damage.
All right. We see EZYE starting out with some ramp, some removal, some draw.
And this is not the hand that you want from KAIZARU here. He's got his roaches in triplicate in the hand already. This is not how you start the aggressive game plan, unfortunately.
Hey, as long as he has... Wow, just going to throw one of them away.
Get him.
As long as you have EPMs or Arias or whatever it is, right? Then you'd be very happy to have those triple roaches.
Absolutely. This is one of those cool plays. So, like, this basically suggests that KAIZARU has an Ancient Elf in hand. And why he's doing this is because he wants to slow EZYE down, essentially. He says, I want you to play a removal spell this turn instead of, say, a Pure-Hearted Singer or a ramp spell. And if you don't, I'm going to punish you. Unfortunately, KAIZARU doesn't have the Ancient Elf to back up that play.
Doesn't take the bait, but double bounces. I mean, he's going to earn this resource back.
That's true. Yeah, Airbound Barrage does the trick as well. Maybe he'll just go for it again. He's like, hey, another roach? No, all right, all right. He's going to slow it down now. Lies of time.
2 roaches on the next turn.
Yeah, 2 roaches.
Pure-Hearted Singer down once again, and that's a lot of card draw for EZYE, but my question is, I feel like KAIZARU is 1 card draw away. I don't know if he has any EPMs or Elven Princess Mages. I don't know if he has any Goblin Hunter or...
Fortune Hunter, Fina.
Fortune Hunter.
Yeah, Fortune Hunter.
We haven't seen that card in so long.
She's a Goblin Lover, okay? Not a Goblin Hunter. She makes a pretty Goblin Mage and adds it to your hand, okay?
Yeah. My God, we have not seen Roach in so long.
No, it's been a long time. Yeah. And that's probably a good thing, but it's unlimited. Like we said, this is the place where your dreams can come true. So Rhinoceros Roaches are back. I like it. I've always loved Rhinoceros Roaches.
Chronogenesis should have been called Wonderland Dreams. Evolves the Liza, and I would imagine this goes face.
Yep. Let's try to get that damage
5 play points still. There's still, I mean, you have 2 Breath of the Salamanders and a Blazing Breath, I suppose, if you wanted to really, really go for the... Yeah, I always get so surprised when she goes ham. This is just an evolved Ayala.
It's funny for me to hear somebody like Envy say, you know, even with all this ramp, all this crazy ramp, it's just not as powerful. You know what I mean? Even with more ramp getting there because of what we talked about the play points just not mattering as much, it's just crazy to me. Like, you would think a deck with 6 Ayalas in it and all the other ramp spells, just like, it's just doing things way too fast for you to do. But these Dragoncraft decks, or at least EZYE's Dragoncraft deck, isn't doing a combo finish to close the game out fast after they ramp that way. So
yeah. Oh my God. KAIZARU is just, this is the worst. You tried to play your Nature's Guidance to draw something useful to play on this turn. At this point, I think for KAIZARU, you almost kind of just have to sit and wait until you have enough damage to blow your opponent away.
Yep, I think this is a good poke turn. He can even use an Evolve here, and then just bounces back to hand with an Airbound Barrage. You want to use the Airbound Barrages earlier because you want to guarantee that the bounce spell will work.
Oh, he wants a card draw.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what does this mean the combo is? You play Fairy, Roach, 3.
So you can play 3 Roaches. So can only do 2 Roaches next turn. So we can do 2 spells, 2 Roaches.
Oh, the Fairy Circle is good.
3, 4, 5, 6. So definitely not a lethal turn yet. Yeah, this just really depends on how he wants to end the game. He could just Roach Poke again to make a next turn combo possible. He could hold them all for more of a late game push. He's got options. He could just Elf Song this turn.
I think you really need to make sure you hold your resources because Roach is the only way you are winning this match.
Technically, you don't need all 3 when you have bounce spells, though.
Yeah.
You can't throw 1 more out there. And he's going to Elf Song, it looks like, this turn. Oh, no.
Wow.
Wow.
7-9.
This is the end.
Isafil is in hand, so that means EZYE is going to reduce 4 of this damage that's coming in.
That was a bold move. That was super bold. He's like, I want to put the pressure on now because I don't have a lot of resources left. I need to end the game.
I think it's going to work, right? He can play 2 cards before the Roach Bounce Roach. That's going to mean that he has 3 plus 5
damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, caught. He did the math.
Yeah, he did the math. Turn after turn after turn.
He did the math. You needed to play the Isafil, or you just needed to play a ward, really.
Yeah. Wards are king.
Help!
Help, please.
It's backwards, EZYE. Got to learn to write back. We can't read that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
We can't read
Play.
it. Play.
Play, play.
Oh my god. The Roach is here.
Aggro Forestcraft. I'm telling you, folks. If you're not on the train, you will be after this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
The aggro train. This is entirely proving Envy's statement about Dragoncraft, right?
Yeah.
In terms of you ramp, you're at 10. Now what?
Now
you're
what?
just done.
Yeah. You've just been losing while you've been ramping. You know what I mean? Like, into what endgame? And Isserfil?
It actually feels very similar to kind of issues that Dragon had prior to its inclusion of things like Sybil and, you know, these other things that help the ramp shape up and Rahab to kind of protect itself, where it was like your ramp was way too much tempo loss and not enough upside. And I feel like that's kind of coming back in this unlimited format just because of how quickly things move.
Absolutely. Now, this is a matchup I believe the Dragon deck can win, essentially. This is a matchup I always thought favored Dragoncraft, especially now that it has more ramp. This is one of those decks that ramp actually matters because getting to your Blazing Breaths, your Breath of the Salamanders and your Sahagquills and even Bahamut's earlier in this matchup basically just means you can keep the board clear turn after turn after turn, and that's how you beat Daria. You just make sure they can't keep anything.
Yeah, and we're going to see the mightiness of Dragoncraft Unlimited ramp here.
Oh, and BT dubs, Rainy. Lucifer is the nail in the coffin to Daria. If you're post-Evos and you play Lucifer, that's when Daria goes, all right, I guess I lose now. Unless they have the Dance of Death. It is possible. I'm not even sure how many Dance of Deaths are in all of the Daria decks in Unlimited now, if any.
Yeah, he keeps putting signs backwards. Easy. Come on.
Yeah, it's because his camera. I think, it's probably part his fault, probably part Artek's fault. You know what I mean? Not
I
like,
wonder if
not
we
like
can
Artek
flip
guy,
the
but Artek.
camera over for him.
Yeah.
I wonder. Huh. Interesting to note that he is left-handed? I don't know.
Maybe he just writes backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just. Maybe the camera is right.
Just what he does.
Yeah.
I've got to take a break.
Yeah. Well, we're in a scenario where Daria's early in hand for KAIZARU, and he has some cheap cards to play.
Yep. He definitely has a way to excel this Daria out, push some damage with the Blade Mage. But on the other end of things, EZYE's been ramping fairly well. He's got the Lucifer, he's got Sybil, he's got 2 Breath of the Salamanders now. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is a good scenario for EZYE, especially with the Sybil in hand to help kind of protect against this Daria board flood. And really, it's kind of surviving the storm, right? You play out the Daria, and you just have to survive the big stuff that's coming after.
So, quick question. Do you think his name is just EZYE, or is it EZYE?
EZYE.
EZYE?
EZYE.
Yeah, I like EZYE.
EZYE.
Yeah.
All right. EZYE on Dragoncraft. Ooh, got the Sahagquill as well.
I like it.
He's got the
Sahagquill
Lucifer kind of go in. And
I love this play. I've made this play several times in my Shadowverse career, and you know what? Always feels good.
it always feels great.
Always feels great.
Wow. We'll see. We'll see what this Daria can pull. Gonna have 2 play points left after kind of dropping the Daria if he doesn't boost anymore, which I would somewhat recommend. I mean, maybe you could get away with the Insight. No, he doesn't go for it.
You've got to try to chain Darias. That's the way you beat the end game of Dragoncraft, is you basically just...
Oh!
Yep. Do something like this. And try to get as much direct burn damage out of every single card as you possibly can, which he did draw into a lot. So basically you want to use all of these burn spells and then play your Daria. Try to get into the third one and just continue that train as best you can.
I suppose you evolve the Daria into the Sahak will?
You can't. Remember, the Lucifer. It's it's this impending doom that if you use that last evolution orb and that Lucifer hits play, you do lose the game.
Oh my gosh. Look at, there's just so much healing. The Sybil is here, and there's still the Lucifer in the pocket. Last evolution orb used by EZYE.
Did you like it?
That's right. EZYE doing as much as he can here, and it's looking good.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
This is rough for KAIZARU. He knows about the Lucifer. That's why he didn't evolve. But he's gonna have to do something. This board is gonna start getting outrageous.
Yeah.
Ooh, summon Ice Form. I haven't seen that one in a while either.
Gonna play it.
Yeah, I like it. In an aggro format, very good card.
Plays a Daria out at 0 cost. It's gonna give him a Fate's Hand that he could play, or he could just wait. I suppose you have a better chance of boosting if you wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Another Isla drop down here, but could not swing that turn.
Yeah, bounce not what you need here. So we're looking at what, 4 possible damage out of hand right now with the enchanted sword and the piercing rune, but nothing to put the enchanted sword on yet.
He just, what can you even draw to help you at this point?
And the problem is that the board that EZYE has right now is you got to do something about it, or else you're just going to lose to it. And it's not even going to matter if the Lucifer comes down. But like I said, as soon as you use that evolution orb, the game ends. So he's kind of in a uh-oh and oh god situation
at the same time. Uh-oh and oh god.
Yeah, and that's what it's coming down to right now. Magic out to clear the board with this piercing rune, and then all EZYE has to do is play that Lucifer next turn and kind of just laugh, you know.
Yeah, and as we see, there's nothing in hand to kind of help that. And as you said, Dragoncraft just slowly...
Well, wow. Okay. I can see it. I probably would have gone the safer route with the Lucifer, but Polyphonic Roar does close the game out in quick order here, in about 2 turns.
I mean, I think he could have won in 2 turns if you just Lucifer and double Scythered as well, right?
Yeah. Well, you know.
What was your analogy? It's looking at one brush stroke in the whole house painting process.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. One brush stroke. Yep.
The house gets painted in the end.
That's right. So one brush stroke, you're not really going to notice. Not a big deal. However, getting himself to this defense total earlier, essentially, not healing that 4, could mean that there is potential for KAIZARU to basically do something.
Yeah. Now he's really just going for board trades. He's kind of having to delay.
All right, so let's think about this. Lucifer, again, not coming down. Board being cleared. Blade Mage off the top is 6 damage. Yeah, even with a Blade Mage here. I just don't know how you get that last bit of damage in.
Yeah, and every turn the Storm 5/5 is coming down.
Now this will put the brakes again, unless he wants to use the Lightning Blast. But every turn he doesn't play that, Lucifer is scaring me. Like, literally every turn he doesn't play that, I'm just like, oh, come on. Just do it. Win the game. There we go.
There it is. There it is. And I think EZYE is going to be feeling pretty safe now.
Oh, yeah.
The Lucifer will probably get him back up to 20.
Yeah. That's the big thing. Like, Daria is really good at getting players. What does this one say?
Gap-amok.
Gap-amok?
Gap-amok.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe his name is backwards, and he just was trying to spell I, but it's eyes. Yeah.
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 Nice. Well, there it is. The Polyphonic Roar doing work.
Yep.
4 eyes, and he's going to take the win. This is going to mean that he has to actually go to his Havencraft list. And
yes.
Last I checked, his Havencraft was Aegis Haven.
All right, guys. All right, folks.
With Prince of Dark.
I am conceding the Aegis claim. Aegis it is. Aegis from now until the end of time.
No, never.
I hate myself. Okay, I just want to let you all know that. But Aegis it is. I will not say Aegis anymore.
You should do what you want to do, EZYE.
Well, I don't want to trigger people. Okay.
You should be who
Especially
you
if
want
it's
to
not
be.
correct. I like saying things the correct way. You know what I mean? And Aegis is the more appropriately and accepted way of saying it these days, I guess.
Aegis is how they say it.
Makes me sad. But in saying that, this deck being I say I was about to do it again. I just want to say it. It just wants to come out of me. This being an Aegis control deck, again, one of those decks that has a good matchup against Daria. Why? Themis' Decree. It's got board clears. You know what I mean? It's just got the options that a lot of these other decks don't to actually fight against Daria, just like Envy was talking about. And he's got the other deck that has the Revelations. You know what I mean? So basically, he's really well set up in any case to beat this Daria deck.
Man, that's really difficult to read.
Eyes can't read that. Oh, okay. He said something like, "Please Daria turn 4."
Please Daria turn 4.
Yeah.
Well, he's got 2 Darias.
Why is he asking for it? Is my question.
I think he's trying to invoke some kind of negative. Oh my god!
Wow. That's not what you like to see. That is not how you beat a Havencraft deck. Having all 3 Darias in your opening hand means you have to win with basically a single push. And against Themis' Decree, that's really tough, especially if he draws multiples, which he has. This is going to be a really rough game for KAIZARU.
KAIZARU draws Darias in 3. Not a position he wants to be. Possibly eliminating from the tournament. KAIZARU is going to feel very bad about that.
Yeah. I feel like you were trying to get into a rhyme rhythm there, and then you just stopped.
It's really... How do you rhyme with that?
I don't know how to rhyme. Rainey, I'm not a lyricist. I'm not a Kanye. Okay. That's not what I do.
You don't have to be Kanye to rhyme.
I think you do. I don't know. Kanye's the
You just have
self-proclaimed
to
master
practice
of everything.
and take the time.
Yeah. That's fair. That's true. If I sat down and tried to rhyme all day, I'd probably get with it after a while.
Yeah. Just like these players playing Shadowverse. They prepare for the tournament and rehearse.
That's right. And this was actually a really good push from KAIZARU. He got out a turn 5 big Daria push, double Ogler. He's got card draw left in his hand, but he's got no more Darias to go crazy with. So he's going to have to maximize this next turn as much as he can. So he's really just deciding, what do I evo? What basically can deal with the threats that I have?
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
Double Black Inscription not going to be too helpful. The Frog Cleric, there's only really one card that can be removed here, right? With the Evolve.
Yep. And that double Ogler was like necessary.
Yeah.
With that Daria hand, if you didn't get something like a double or triple Ogler, like the game already would have been over.
Yeah.
With this, he's got a fighting chance.
Yeah. This is really the last stand, right? It's the only Daria that will ever come to be. They fought out to see who the strongest of them all were.
That's right. And this is a
7,
possible
10,
12 damage.
12. Yeah. Plus like a magic missile. Oh!
Piercing rune. Hello.
Is there any way to get that to +1?
And to protect, but this is going into turn 6, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Themis' Decree is a real card. Man, it is drawing into more burn. This is like the best possible reroll. This is great.
I think you just need to spend your Evolution Orb now.
Oh, you've got to. You've got to push.
And just face plus a Piercing Rune and hope you get a Blade Mage with that enchanted.
You just got to hope at this point to finish him off.
Okay. God, that is so much damage.
Chunk. But that's it. Now it's Themis' Decree time, and KAIZARU is going to be living off the top.
KAIZARU's gonna, EZYE's gonna be pretty worried too, right? It's like,
of course.
He's living on the hope, the top deck dream.
All right, here's a glow
sacrificial.
Hope.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Really?
I think he just wants the spell boost. Honestly, he knows that the ward isn't going to be that big of a player.
The Grimner actually is really
without any healing, EZYE's could just die off of like a double top deck piercing rune.
He's gonna continue living in this situation for a long time. I like that Evolve gets yourself out of the Chimera kind of initial hit.
And we'll fill up a big board so that you can actually just contest Daria.
Oh boy.
All right, could be one more damage. Is
the
one more
Chimera's
damage.
at 7.
Just needs to find 3. 3 more.
Oh gosh.
Magic Missile and the Piercing Rune, good enough.
Oh, the Heavenly Knight.
Yeah, the board's going to get too big for Daria to get through anymore. It's got to be burned from hand. And I really don't know if Dance of Death is in this deck. Give him more 2 damage options.
Seems highly unlikely. Oh my god, that's so heartbreaking. That is actually so heartbreaking. The one turn.
So close.
One turn too late. You just.
I mean, you can't even deal with the 5 defense. It's too much. I think you do play the Magic Owl here just as like bait. Like, look, do something about it. So please get some defense off your followers, please.
Wow.
Magic Owl's not doing anything else.
As long KAIZARU just needs to pull enough removal to get past the Heavenly Knight.
I think what he's thinking right now is, do I play the Magic Owl and Enchanted Sword it? And possibly he runs, like, just thinking about a way he can win this game, possibly he runs his Heavenly Knight into it to get it down to 1 defense, so that I can then draw something like a Piercing Rune and a Blade Mage to finish the game while also not taking too much damage. This is just a rough spot as it is.
Okay. There's one dream here for KAIZARU. Oh, God.
Yep. And Eyes, not taking any chances, actually increasing the defense of his followers. I like it.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that Blade Mage is not going face.
No.
This is it. It's got to be Magic Missile into Piercing Rune. That's it.
Magic Missile?
Nope.
Okay, well, it was just an owl. All right.
And Daria is going to get crushed out by basically a lineup to beat Daria.
Have to think about what lists you bring, right? There's definitely a gaping weakness in terms of when you bring a deck that has such a, you're going to have to rely on that deck to win, right? You are only as strong as your weakest deck.
That's right.
And EZYE just had the perfect lineup for it. That's what we were talking about, where you bring triple aggro, where you bring triple